Excel is no longer difficult to understand. This is of course a fact because in 5 minutes of this video, I will show you three solid reasons why Excel is no longer difficult to understand. Let's get started. The reason why I said Excel is no longer difficult to understand is because of these three weapons. The first is the updated Excel help menu. Then the second is depth understanding, in-depth understanding of Excel formula and functions. Then the third, of course, which is most important, is Secret to Excel YouTube channel. Let's see how it works. Starting with the first one, which is the updated Excel help menu. Take for example, I have this sample data set and I want to add all these values together. But for some reason, I don't know how to add values in Excel. This is what you do. You navigate to the help menu of the Excel interface. Then you type addition of, you see, this is the function to add numbers, which is summation. Immediately I type addition of, it automatically pops up the sum for me. Then I will double click on it and it will automatically give me this window. That is for me to impute the range of cells I want to add. So all I'll have to do is just to click on the range of cells I want to add, just like this. Then I'll just click OK. And it will just add everything for me, just like simple as ABC. I have my added value just like here. So if you don't know what the function is, like I said, you go to the help menu, you just type addition and then you double click on it, then you select the range you want to add and press OK. And that's it, you're done. Now, if for example, what I want to do is not addition, but maybe a product, the same thing applies. You come down here, you search product, and this is the product has popped up. Then you double click on it, then you select the range that you want to multiply and click OK. It will automatically multiply all this range of data in this very particular cell for you. Now, another thing to do again, in case if you don't have this help menu or in case you feel the help menu is not working out for you, you navigate to the formula menu of your Excel interface. Under the insert function, you click on it, then you type a description of the formula you want to use. I hope you understand. Type a description of the function you want to use. Let's take, for example, what I want to use is some product or VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. Let's say VLOOKUP, I'll just type VLOOKUP. This is it. Then I'll click go. It will automatically search inside the database of Excel functions and pick out the possible match for exactly what I have typed in. I hope you understand. So what I have here is VLOOKUP. Then I will just click on it and then it has popped up the VLOOKUP window for me to use. I hope you understand. Now, if I know how to use VLOOKUP, I'll just go straight forward and begin to impute my range. Let's say this VLOOKUP range, I'll impute it, the table array, the column index, and the range lookup. But if, for example, I want to use the VLOOKUP function, but unfortunately, I don't know how to go about that. Now, this is the main reason why I said Excel is very, very easy. It is no longer difficult as at now because at the bottom of this, there is help on this function. Now, when you click on it, make sure you are connected to the net. It will automatically direct you to Microsoft website where a detailed explanation of all this is made. Just like you can see here, it has loaded up, and this is the VLOOKUP function. Now, this is an overview of what the VLOOKUP function is. Then here, as you can see, it's still loading. A video description of how to use the VLOOKUP is here. Then when you scroll down, it's how to use the VLOOKUPs, and there are examples of that. So if you don't know how to use it, you could just capitalize on this and use all these features. For example, I have ID, last name, first name, title, birth date, and this is the VLOOKUP function. This is very particular place. This is the formula, and this is the rows. When you follow it step by step, in depth, you will come to understand how it is being used. For the sake of this video, I'll be a little bit fast, but everything you need is here. This is example 1. If you feel you don't understand example 1, you navigate to example 2, example 3, example 4, example 5, which is of course more than what you need. So what I'm saying in essence is, if for example you have any function you don't know how to use, there is this very particular help on this function. When you click on it, it will direct you to Microsoft's website where detailed explanation of everything is being made. Now let's try another function again. Come down here. let's say we want to look at let's say the arcrange function. Okay, this is the arcrange function, but unfortunately, we don't know how to use the arcrange function. If you don't know how to use the arcrange function, click the card above and it will direct you to one of the video I have created on arcrange function, which is very detailed and explanatory. If you watch that video, you will understand more of what the arcrange function does. But in case if you need more help, you can come down here. Instead of double clicking on it, you come down to this very particular place, but make sure the function is selected first. You understand? After selecting it, there's a brief description of what the function does here. Here, for example, it says return the accrued interest for a security that pays periodic interest. If you want more information, you click on help on this function and it automatically directs you to Microsoft website where detailed explanation on how to use this function is being made. When you look at this very particular explanation and follow it in details, you get to understand on how everything is done. Take for example, the first thing it does is to describe what the formula does, which says return the accrued interest for a particular security that pays periodic interest. Then these are the syntax. Then these are the functions, the parameters that has been specified inside the formula. You see the first is issue, first interest, settlement rate, par value, then frequency, and then basis, which are of course the parameter. Let's take for example, if I double click on it in Microsoft Excel, you see these are the parameter. The issue, it has been described in this very particular place. This is it. Then when you come down to first interest, the same thing applies. This is the description of it. When you come down to settlement rate and par value, same thing applies also. These are all description of it. Now, when you scroll down a little, this is how the basis, that is day count basis for this very particular formula works. If you scroll down, there are tons of thousands of explanation, which when you settle down and go through it, Excel is no longer difficult for you to what? Understand. Now that is that. Now, if for example, you are scrolling through the Excel interface and then you want to understand something, possibly, okay, this is what? A table. Okay, now if you navigate to this very particular table and you hold for a second, it will bring a description of what that icon is. I hope you understand. Now, when you come down here, yes, you see it say insert pictures. Insert picture from your computer, stock image library for online sources. Now, any icon you see in Microsoft Excel and you don't know what that icon does, you don't know how it works, just navigate your mouse on top the icon and wait for a second. A brief description, which is what you have just seen, will pop up and it will show you an overview of how that very particular function works. Now, take for example, if I navigate to this is table, but the description is not enough for me to understand everything I want. This is what you do. You come down here and click more. When you click on it, Excel will automatically bring up a navigation bar by the side of this, which is this very particular help menu. When it loads, you get to see detailed explanation of how Excel table is, how you get to use it, and sometimes there is an inbuilt video explanation for you to understand. So this is it. Create and format tables. So these are description of what table is. The difference between Excel table and data table. This is it. And then there is a brief video description for you to quickly get started. For example, let's play this video and watch. Okay, while the video is still loading up, when you scroll down, you
Create
see.
and format a table in Excel
Now
to
this is
visually
it.
group and analyze
Let's
data.
maximize and see.
Select the cell within your data. Select Home, Format as Table. Choose a style for your table. Check your cell range. Mark if your table has headers.
Okay, this is how it is done. All you have to do is just to click on this video and it will give you a brief guide on how to go about it. So in case you don't understand any function in Microsoft Excel, any icon, you can use this very particular method to locate it up. Then another thing again is when you navigate to some icons, you come to realize that, take for example, this table, there is tell me more. But for example, let's say slicer, it has nothing like tell me more. Only the brief description of it. There is nothing like tell me more. But there is a way you can go about that. Now, under this same help menu, you come down here and type slicer. And then you click this search icon here. It will just automatically search. It is being connected to the net. It will automatically search for you and pop up this result. Use slicer to filter result. If that is what you want, click on it to find out more. And then there is another one, use slicer to filter data, use a screen reader to filter data in pivot tables, and so on and so forth. When you click on use slicer to filter data, these are information you need to see. Everything you need is inbuilt in Excel. I hope you understand. So Excel is no longer difficult when you adopt all these strategies. Okay, after understanding how to use the updated help menu, the next thing for you to do is to understand how the Excel formula, how the Excel function works. Now pay attention while I explain this. The Excel function has a particular pattern, and this is it. The first pattern is the equal sign, which is very important for every Excel formula. Then the second pattern is the name of the function itself. Then the third pattern is the compulsory parameters. Then the fourth pattern is the optional parameters. Now, some Excel formulas does not have the optional parameters, but they have the first three patterns. Let's randomly look at some Excel formulas and understand this practically. Now, when you navigate to the formula tab of your Excel interface under formula, let's begin with financial. When you click on the financial, the first formula is accurate. When you click on it, this is what we are talking about. Or let's use this very particular place so we can see an overview of all the parameters in order for us to explain it better. Now, when you click on the equal sign and click the accurate, this is the accurate function, and then you tap on it. So this is the pattern we are talking about. The first thing which is here is the equal sign. That is the first pattern. Every Excel formula begins with the equal sign. Then the next pattern is the name of the function itself, which is accurate in this very particular scenario. Then these are all the parameters of the accurate function. Now, after opening your parentheses, these very particular parameters that are inside this parentheses, not inside square bracket. Some of these parameters are free while others are inside square brackets. Those ones who are free are the compulsory parameters. For example, this issue, first interest, settlement, rate, per, frequency. These are the compulsory parameters for this very particular function. Then the optional parameters are these: basis and calculation method, which is why they are enclosed in square bracket. I hope you understand. So any Excel formula you want to make use of, if you see a square bracket, any parameter inside the square bracket, then that very particular parameter is optional. If you input them, fine. If you don't input them, it will not affect the formula. But if it is a compulsory parameter, if you miss it, it will display an error message for you. Understand this pattern and Excel will not be difficult for you to understand. Now let's cancel this and go to logical. And this is AND. When you click on it, this is what we have first: the equal sign, the name of the function, which is AND, opening and close parentheses, where all our logical parameters will fall in. But let's use this method so we can get an overview of all the formula in a single line. Press the equal sign and press AND, open your parentheses, double click on it. So this is the complete formula here. The first one is the equal sign, like I just explained, which is very important for every Excel formula, and that is our first pattern. Then the second is the name of the function, which is what we have here as and. Then the third is open parenthesis, which was we also have here. Then inside the parenthesis that has just been opened, we have compulsory parameters. That is those parameters which are not enclosed in square bracket. For example, here we have logical A, which is not enclosed in square bracket. I hope you understand. So this parameter is of course compulsory. Then logical B, which is enclosed in square bracket, is what? Is optional. If you put it, fine. If you don't put it, it's still okay. It will still work out. I hope you understand. So what I'm saying is, if you understand this very particular pattern, Excel will no longer be difficult for you to understand. The pattern is very simple and straightforward. All Excel formula follow this pattern. The first is the equal sign, which is of course important for every Excel formula. The equal sign is what tells Excel that this is an Excel function. Then the name of the function itself. Open your parentheses before you now begin to impute your parameters. All parameters inside the parentheses are compulsory except those that has been enclosed in square bracket, which is of course what we have here, for example. Now let's try another formula. Let's come down to date and click on date. This is it. Now, but let's display all the formula by saying date and then double clicking on it. So this is what we have here. We have the equal sign, which is of course important, name of the function, which is the second pattern, then open your parentheses. But if you look at this, for example, there is no parameter that is enclosed in square bracket, which means all the parameters under this very particular date function are compulsory. And it's very logical for you to understand that date enclose year, month, and day. So all these parameters are compulsory, year, month, and day, before you close your parentheses. So that is basically how the Excel function works. And if you understand this, Excel will no longer be difficult for you to understand. The third and most important of this point is Secret to Excel YouTube channel, which is of course the channel where you are watching this very particular video. Now, if you navigate to the YouTube channel of our video, this is what you see. Now, this is a new YouTube channel that has been dedicated to teach you and guide you through the secret to Excel in order for you to excel. So if you want to really master Excel, very simple and easy, this is a channel for you. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification icon so that you get to be notified anytime we upload new videos. Now, when you scroll down to the interface of Secret to Excel, you can see under our videos, and this is our recent videos. Now, all our videos are explanatory. Explanatory in the sense that when you watch this video, you don't need to watch any other video to understand any concept. Take for example, our recently released video is on the argent M function. When you click on it, all you have to do is just to settle down and watch this video from beginning to the end, because when you do, you get the gist of all what we are saying. Because what we do here is we explain everything using graphical illustration, using exemplify examples just like this. Another special tutorial session where we explain the argent M function. In our previous video, we've already discussed the argent function, which is spelled as ACCRINT, argent, which is basically a financial function that is used to calculate accumulated interest for a particular security. It can be bond or treasury bill. So this video is more like a complement of the previous video. So to watch that very particular video, click on this card above. Now this video helps you to calculate the same accumulation. So I hope you have seen, just by watching the first few seconds, the first minute or first few seconds of this video, you get an overview of what this video is all about, because it is very explanatory and we have you in mind while explaining all this. Now, anytime you have something you want to understand or something that is complex for you to get, that is the reason why this channel is being created. All you have to do is come into the notification of any of our videos and let us know what you want us to create video content on. This channel is a new one, which simply means anytime you place a request, we can easily get attended to you. Not like other channels where you have to lay a request and it will take days. Nobody will tell you this is it, or this is your answer to your feedback also. I hope you understand that. So apart from this, we also have other videos that are explanatory, as you can see them here, and everything. And we are working so very hard to upload more and more and more content just to satisfy you. So with these 3 points I have just explained, Excel will no longer be difficult for you to understand, because you have everything, you have all it takes to get what you want. The first one, like I said, is the updated help menu, where you can navigate and get help in Excel and in the web. Then the second one is understanding the Excel function, how it works, which has just been explained. And the third one, of course, is Secret to Excel YouTube channel. The advantage of the Secret to Excel YouTube channel is that you get to place a request on the kind of video you want or what you really want to understand. And this channel is a new one. That means when you place a request, you stand a better chance of get attended to. So ladies and gentlemen, place a request of any video you want us to explain and we'll get back to you on that with an in-depth explanatory video for you to understand the concept better. So thanks for watching this video. If you like it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification icon, and I will see you some other time. Bye.